Behind every fierce fashionista and dapper Dwayne, there is a fearless creative professional that keeps them on point. From hair care and treatment to hairstyle and salon ownership. Here at Atlanta Tech, we teach safety and sanitation laws, rules, and regulations for the basic and advanced techniques. That's all necessary for the skill development to turn each client from drab to fab. I am Bryce Herron, your cosmetology technical instructor in the Business and Public Safety Technology Division. In this episode, I am excited to introduce two students who are preparing to kill the cosmetology game one client at a time. So let's listen to this student takeover Atlanta Tech style.
Welcome to Atlanta Tech Talks. I'm your host, Jason Warner, and this is the Student Takeover edition. We're here in the cosmetology lab with two of our best and brightest college cosmetology students, Ms. Jasmine Randolph and Ms. Tiffany Walker. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing great. I'm so excited that you guys are here because, you know, a lot of people think about Atlanta Technical College and technical college, and one of the first things that come to mind is the cosmetology program. So, ladies, please tell us a little bit about yourself and why cosmetology.
Well, for me, it's like they say, why ATC? I'm like, why not ATC? So for one, I was actually here years ago. Things happened, but I found myself back on the right track and on back. It's all about perseverance, and I'm here to do what I need to do because time waits on no man. I feel like in life you can get everything back except for time. And so I hate wasting it. And so that's why I'm here trying to put my best foot forward and do what I need to do. And why cosmetology? Why not? Like, I like making women feel not less than, but beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's something as simple as a little hairstyle, it can perk anybody up. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Ms. Randolph, I mean, you are passionate about braids, I've heard. Yeah. So talk to us a little bit about where that passion came from. And you said you were on the fence at one time. You didn't know, but something clicked.
I think it was just, I've always wanted to know how to braid. I've always watched other braiders and people in my family growing up know how to braid hair. But for me, it was just always a challenge because I didn't know how. I wasn't good at it when I first started off. It was just terrible. But now, I mean, well, what the fuck? I'm even really good at braiding now.
You're something like a big deal out here.
No, I don't know.
Well, hey, listen, what I hear, you all are learning from the best, and you will be something like a big deal. So a lot of people, when they think about the cosmetology program, they say, oh, this is just doing hair, nails, and makeup, but it's bigger than that from what I hear. It's, you guys get down to the science of it. Talk to a little bit about the science of the cosmetology industry.
Well, the science part of it, like we were touching on a little bit earlier, is the chemical texture part. But chemical textures, you're dealing with a lot of different chemicals, and you need to know which ones is the right product to go on the right texture of hair. Why? Because you don't want your client's hair falling out, let alone you always want that customer to be a repeated customer, because that's your residual income. And
So
that's how I look at it.
when you think about braiding, right? And the shampoos and different things because a lot of people say, oh, I can just go get my hair braided. I don't need to. So what type of things do you need to think about, like from a scalp standpoint?
That's also where I'm learning more than just about the nails and the hair. And that's where the skincare comes in, because if a client come in and they have a scalp condition, we can't diagnose them with anything, but it's clear as day when you can tell if somebody got dandruff or if they have other things that you can catch. Certain hair types we can't touch, like if you have a scalp condition or if the scalp really red, it's not good to put a lot of tension.
So talk to us a little bit about the level of instruction that you're receiving here at ATC.
So for me, the level of instruction that I am giving, I want to say is top tier because of the instructors who's giving it. And I got to say it's Mr. Herring. He is everything. He knows exactly what he's talking about. He can go through a full lecture without even reading the book. Why? Because it's become repetition for him, years and years of studying. He has mastered everything, and he's good at everything he does. Everything I see him put his hands on, the outcome finish is always it's a plus. It really is.
So, you know, you said you were a little timid coming into the process. Talk about your level of instruction and, you know, what you've been able to do and experience in the program.
Coming in so far, I am shy. I am a little timid, but when I get around the right person to get me out my shell, I know, you know, I can reach the levels that I want to reach. And Mr. Heron, he can see that. So he's always, you know, picking with the students in a nice way, just to get you out your comfort zone and push you to the farthest level. So he's real helpful. I appreciate him. He's, even when I'm confused, you know, he'll take the time, sit down, you know, one-on-one, and make you understand it, you know. He's just always there to help when you don't get anything.
And I think that's important, you know, when we talk about the hands-on learning, is being, have instructors that's actually knowing what they're doing. And let's dive a little deeper into the hands-on instruction. Do you get to actually work with actual customers? Do you actually get to do hair on actual live people? Do you get to do makeup and nails on live people?
We have, it was actually a group of kids that came here, I'm going to say maybe a month and a half, maybe 2 months ago.
Okay.
And we all had the pleasure in taking care of them and doing what we need to do for their hair in that very moment. But just like walk-ins, not necessarily. But Mr. Heron, once again, he be doing his thing. They come down here. If it's the color, he'll do it within the color class if that client wants it done. If it's just a regular style, he'll do that within the styling class. And he'll show us then like what to do, how to do it, why are we doing this to this hair texture and everything like that.
So, Ms. Randolph, have you had an opportunity to work on a live person's hair?
Yeah, I had an opportunity the other day. I didn't really have a choice. Mr. Heron kind of forced me to help him.
To get out your shell.
Yeah, to get out my shell. I liked it, though. I needed it because I never worked on a real client. It's always been a mannequin. And it's a big difference between a human and a mannequin head. So I'm actually glad he did that for me.
So for a prospective student thinking about coming to ATC, to the cosmetology program, what would you tell them to start thinking about to prepare to go on this journey?
Like, what exactly it is that you want to do. It's not necessarily you got to come here and just focus on one thing, but if that's what you want to do, you can. You want to focus on being the best hair cutter, you can do that. But you can all the techniques with hair cutting, as so far as hair color, chemical texture, hairstyling, everything like that. So it's always, please go to ATC. ATC got a great cosmetology program.
What do you think you wish you would have known before coming in that you're like, oh, man?
Oh, man. I wish I would have known that this is really like a job. I'm at school every day, like,
and not getting paid.
Like, no, not getting paid. So you really have to make sure it's something you want to do because you're here all day. You know, you're learning all day. So you really got to be prepared mentally.
And just keep the motivation.
Well, I mean, it's an investment. It's an investment in your future. We have some stars that come out of ATC, so things are looking bright. So, you know, for both of you, give us a glimpse of what the future looks like. I know we talked in the beginning and you said that you started off at nails, but you may want to go in a different direction.
So I think I'm going to do both. Like, nails is cool because you can be so creative with hairstyles as well. That's when you can present your creativity when you do different hairstyles and different techniques. But I want to dig into nails and see what I can do with that and see how far I can go with that. And like I mentioned, being a lock esthetician. Loctician. I find that interesting as well because it's a lot of money to be made within doing that.
There's a lot of money in the whole cosmetology field. So,
it really is.
Ms. Randolph, you know, you said that you might want to jump into a salon one day or go and get your booth somewhere. So what does the future look like for you?
Yeah, I think after school, I might just want to try and work at a salon, work under someone for a couple years first before I try to take the leap and get out on my own. I want to continue to perfect the things that I do know at the moment.
Right.
So I make sure I'm ready when I am ready to get out there and be on my own.
Awesome. So, you know, we close out this show every time with this. We ask everyone that comes to the show to leave us with Atlanta Tech Talk success tip. This could be something that you learned here or something that came with you throughout life that this your guiding force. Just leave the viewers and the listeners with one tip. We're going to start with you, Ms. Randolph. Give us one tip that our listeners and viewers can leave with.
I would say don't be afraid to jump out of your shell, because sometimes it's really helpful. And, as you get older, you can't always stay in your shell, Always try to find something that's going to continue to push you out of your comfort zone.
Awesome. And Ms. Walker, close us out.
I'm going to say what ATC is known for. You start strong, you stay strong to finish strong. And that's with anything you do. Anything. You can take that from here, from school, your busy personal life, to your job. You start strong, stay strong to finish strong.
Well, hey, this episode started strong, stayed strong, and we finished strong. This has been a great episode. This is Student Takeover edition of Atlanta Tech Talks. If you'd like to find out more about the great programs at Atlanta Technical College, visit atlantatech.edu. I'm your host, Jason Warner. I'd like to thank our president, Dr. Victoria Seals, and the amazing marketing and PR department here at Atlanta Tech, led by Ms. Werdeland. This is Atlanta Tech Talks. We'll see you next time.